Gentlemen, we're here at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial and Museum, and we're really incredibly honored to welcome onto our campus the honor chair, folks who go all across the country and craft and ultimately donate a chair for line of duty death officers who have sacrificed everything for their community. So to give you a sense of their history and how and why they're here, I'm going to pass it to Tommy Capel, who will give us that information. Thanks.
First of all, I just want to say we're absolutely honored to be able to do this. We've wanted to do this for some time now, so it means so much to us to have this chair here in the museum. Our entire board's here, so I do want to introduce Walter Henning, Eli Gomez, Michael Gloka, my wife Robbie Capel, and Clark Crutchfield's our board. So we've been here right behind the wall. If you look over there, our trailer's over there. We've been here the last 2 days building the chair on site, and it's absolutely honored again to be able to do it. I just want to give kind of a brief history on what started the honor chair. I began my career with San Antonio Police Department in 2010. My classmate was killed 2 months after we graduated the academy. For the next 4 years, we had an officer killed every year that I was on. So I'd seen it early in my career, I guess, the sacrifice that we make, I guess, or the risks that we take. And I've always done woodworking as a hobby, and an officer approached me and asked me if I would build a chair for one of the officers that we lost. I didn't know him. I didn't work with him. I never worked at that substation. But I said, yeah, I'll try to do it. I'll build it. It wasn't really the kind of woodworking I was used to doing. So I built the chair, gave it to him, and I didn't realize what it was going to mean to those guys that worked at that substation with him. And that was March of 2013. April of 2013 is when the Boston Marathon bombing happened. Officer Sean Collier with the MIT Police Department was sitting in his patrol car on the campus and was shot and killed. For whatever reason, that incident bothered me. I couldn't sleep. I was angry. And so I reached out to them, said, hey, this might sound weird. I'm from Texas, but I would love to build y'all a chair that you could put at the MIT Police Department for Sean. I don't really think I expected to get an email back from them, but I did get an email back, and they said, absolutely, we need something. Our officers are devastated. And so I built the chair. My wife started raising money because we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't realize it was like 2,000 something miles away from Texas. But so I built the chair. Me and my wife, two other officers, we drove it all the way to Boston nonstop. It was like 33-hour drive. And when we presented that chair to them, that's when it was the first time we had seen, I guess, whoa, this is a big deal. This means a lot to them. His place is always going to be saved in the roll call room. And so it kind of grew from there. On our way home, we decided, hey, let's figure out how to create a nonprofit. Our neighbor happened to be a CPA. And so we created a nonprofit, and it took off. Our intention was to keep reaching out to departments, but we get inundated with emails now, so we rarely reach out to departments anymore. And so it just took off. This will be the 270th chair we've done since 2013. We have at least one in 29 different states. We have one in Colombia that we worked with the FBI to do, and then we'll have this one here. So it's, like I said, it's an absolute honor to have this chair here. We come to Police Week almost every year, and we know many names on that wall that we wish we didn't. But what else was I going to say? But I think that's it. Where'd Thomas go? Alrighty. Where'd Thomas go? Oh, there's over there. Thank you, too, for making it happen. We met him through Relentless Defender. As soon as Slater told me who he was, I ran over there because I wanted to try to get this to happen. But thank you again for allowing this and for putting it in the works. And Nick's here also with FinancialCop. He sponsored this to help make this happen because the travel is expensive. And I think that's it. I don't know what else you want to say.
Sure. Well, thank you, Tommy, and thank everyone from the Honor Chair organization who have been behind the scenes helping to make this happen. Of course, we're here right now in the museum where we try to tell the story of American law enforcement, and I think this is an important component. But also, just across the street is our memorial, the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, where today we memorialize and honor the names of 23,785 men and women in the law enforcement profession who have died in the line of duty. And of course, I add an asterisk every time I give that number because it's and counting. Every single year, we continue to add hundreds of new names to our very sacred walls. And I can think of no more appropriate place than to have an honor chair than right here in the heart of our country, in the capital of the nation, and also right here at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial and Museum, where we honor those men and women who have died in the line of duty, and we try to here in the museum tell their stories. Again, I can think of no more appropriate place to have an honor chair. Most of the honor chairs are dedicated to a single officer, a single line of duty death officer. This chair will stand in for all of the men and women who have died and will die in the future. So we are incredibly, incredibly grateful for your support here and allowing us to have this honor chair and to have it stand in for too many men and women who have died in service of us. So again, thank you very much, Tommy. So I think we were going to have you just give us a little sense of the purpose.
She's going to read like what we came up with as the purpose of the honor chair.
The honor chair. Roll call is one of the few places your shift mates sit together before going on their tours. During roll call, not only are the activities and assignments read, but it gives a place for some healthy banter, kudos for previous actions, and a reminder that you're not alone once you do hit the streets. When a law enforcement officer makes the ultimate sacrifice, his or her presence is missed. The honor chair is placed in the roll call room as a reminder that even though they're not there physically, the officer will always be with you as you head out to the battles, carrying on the watch in their honor.
And now, before we lift, I'm calling an audible. It just occurred to me, perhaps if everyone is willing, we might just bow our heads and hold a brief moment of silence on behalf of all of the men and women who have died in service of us. Thank you very much. So. Tommy, thank you again. So thank you all who joined us in person, and also thank you all to those who have joined us virtually. We really appreciate you joining us in this very unique and special ceremony. So thank you again.